The Knicks are 3 games back of the second seed in the Eastern Conference, 3 games behind the Chicago Bulls, and they're about to play 2 big games against the Chicago Bulls. So let's see how it works out. What's up, everyone? Before we get into the actual gameplay portion of this episode of the Knicks MyLeague, I want to discuss what my plans for this rotation in the playoffs are. I think I'm going to start with the 5 starters that I have now against the starting lineup, and then I have my next kind of mid-rotation when I was starting to work the bench, and I've been messing with this over the last couple games. My lineup has been Jerry Grant at point guard, with Aaron Aflalo at shooting guard, Carmelo Anthony at small forward, Kristaps Porzingis at power forward, and Robin Lopez at center. I think this is my best offensive and defensive lineup, and I think we get the most out of that lineup. I think that's the lineup I'm going to run with the most in the playoffs. However, I think I'm going to start Patrick Beverley, Avery Bradley, and Avery Bradley in the starting lineup, still to go up against the 2 best players on the other team, like the point guard, and usually I'll have Avery Bradley cover the shooting guard usually, and Aaron Aflalo will be the bigger body, so I can have him on the small forward if necessary. But I like to still start with them in case we go up against a good point guard like, Kyle Lowry on the Raptors, and in later rounds if we face off against the Bulls, the Heat have Goran Dragic. I think we're going to get more defense out of that group than Jerry Grant. Provides more of the offensive spark for our bench and that, transition lineup. So that's basically, all I had to discuss before we actually get into the gameplay of this episode. We're going to be transitioning shortly. Right now you're going to be seeing team introductions, but the gameplay will start in a moment, so just hold on a second. This is going to be a very thrilling game, I promise. Now, we're only showing one of the 2 games, but I will tell you the result of the other game at the end of this episode, or maybe in a note after this episode if I actually forget to put it in the commentary. But the Bulls got off to a quick 4-0 start, as you see right there. It's now 6-2, and Carmelo had an awesome day. He has our first 4 points already, and he is going to continue to score. Nikola Mirotic with an impressive 3 right there from the furthest range, actually. Carmelo, no one covering him, stops and pops for 3. It's a tie game now at 11 here in the first quarter. And Derrick Rose, pull-up jumper right there. It is good. Fooled Patrick Beverley on that one. And then the Bulls coming down from the other end, 15-11 now. We got a free throw, so it's 12-11, and Joakim Noah gets this rebound and puts it back with authority right there. 17-12. And then Beverly gives it over to Robin Lopez for a short jump shot right there, giving the Knicks a little bit more closer. And then a nice outlet pass right here to Carmelo Anthony. 12 of the first 17 points of the game that the Knicks scored were from Carmelo Anthony. Kristaps Porzingis fadeaway right there. 19-18, 19-20 now. Marlo working the ball down, and he gets the shot to go and draws the foul. An and 1 play right there. Now the 1-point advantage. Porzingis again working in the post, gives himself some space. Turnaround jumper right there. 26-23, and now it is Derrick Rose once again, and he gets that nice jumper right there. Now Tony Snell making a shot in the transition right there. And the Knicks and the Bulls are keeping a pretty close game right here, and that is a nice block from KJ McDaniels. Been a big energy guy for us, and I think he's going to be a key piece coming off the bench. Now he's getting more minutes than Sasha Vujacic. He really, he doesn't have a very defined skill set, but he's very athletic and nice right there. He reminds me of Dwayne Wade in that he's a shooting guard that blocks a lot of shots as well. He gives our team a lot of energy coming off the bench, and in the playoffs, those guys really tend to get your team going, give them some energy. So Kristaps Porzingis right there with a nice jump shot. 34-33, the Bulls are up right now, and they get a nice hook shot in the post right there. And now Porzingis once again with the ball, works his way past Nikola Mirotic and gets a layup right there. Him and Melo are really the only people scoring for us in this game so far. Now we've had a little bit of supporting scoring, but not a whole lot. So that's another thing that factored into my not wanting to start Porzingis in the playoffs was, we get more when we get him off the bench. He's a spark plug, scores very easily. Next season's going to be different. I think we're going to have to start him next season. But nice screen and roll right there. Carmelo gets the dunk to go down, and now we are up 3 here in the second quarter. This game is moving right along. 43-42. Avery Bradley in transition pulls up for a 3. It is good. 46-42 Knicks. And now, not playing the greatest defense in the world. I believe that was Taj Gibson who just worked his way around Carmelo Anthony. And now some nice passing going on right here. On down to Robin Lopez in the post, and he gets a hook shot right there. He apparently, I just found this out within the last couple of games, has a badge that helps him with post hook specialist. But I think every center that we've gone up against has been some really good defensive center that has the, like post defense specialist badge, and it like cancels out his post hook specialist. So not really useful skill when a lot of your centers are very good defensively. Here's your halftime report. The Knicks and the Bulls are very close to each other. The only difference really is those 3 field goals that we made and the 3 rebounds. That's really been the 2 key areas. Our team's been pretty terrible rebounding in the simulation, but when we play, we tend to out-rebound our opponents. So I don't know what it is. I guess it's just, the skill doesn't translate to the simulate. The skill translates to the simulation in a different way than when we actually play. Nice jump shot there from Aaron Aflalo coming off the screen. I've been running a lot more plays lately. I think that's actually been helping out our offense in the last few games. A nice jump shot right there from Robin Lopez. I usually tend to freestyle, kind of just do whatever, see where people go, but running plays has actually been very good for our offense. As a team, we won the last few gameplay episodes that I've actually posted. So, actually, I don't know if I've lost in a gameplay episode since the first one, but I don't know if that's true or not. But nice jump shot right there from Mirotic. 68-62. The Knicks now are in the lead again, and Robin Lopez has the ball, and he's going to get that one to go down. 70-62 here in the third quarter. Kristaps Porzingis blocks it, leads right to a fast break, and Jerian Grant slams it down in transition. You can see that lineup really leads to offense, as Mirotic makes another 3 from that spot. He had, I believe, shot 6 for 9 from 3 in this game, or something like that. I know he made 6 threes. I can't remember how many he shot. 72-69. Now Grant working off of the pass from Porzingis, and he gets that one to go. And it is 74-69 here late in the third on this and one. We would have Derrick Rose shooting free throws, and he would make that one. 2 seconds left in the quarter, and we are going to inbound it to the immortal Ray Allen right here from KJ McDaniel. Stops and shoots, and it's going to go in. You're going to see they actually reviewed the play, and he got it out of his hand before the buzzer went off, just barely. And they are going to count this one here in a second. Well, I didn't leave the clip in, actually. And then Mirotic makes another 3 from that same. That's really his special spot right there. And now you're going to see another inbound play off of a free throw, and this one goes against us. That was Mirotic who picked that off and made, I don't know, I think it was a jump shot, actually, now that I look at it. But he gets 2 extra points out of that free throw. But 86-79, the Knicks still have the advantage. Now it's 88-79 when Derrick Rose drives in and makes a nice contact shot right there. Now a 5-point lead for the Knicks. And that's a good pass on the pick and roll for Joakim Noah, taking advantage of very flat-footed Robin Lopez. And now Avery Bradley gets an and one right here. Not scoring a lot this game, but he's providing good defensive value. I don't think Jimmy Butler shot very well this game at all. 89-85 now. Carmelo with a nice spin move, and he gets a layup right there in the post. And we are maintaining this lead. We haven't given up the lead in quite a while here in the fourth quarter, but Joakim Noah brings it to within 3 with 4:13 left in the game. And now Melo making a nice off-balance jump shot. Just not sure that was going to go in, but it did. But they would come back and get a pair of free throws. Now Robin Lopez open, and he accidentally passed out of it. Porzingis missed the shot, but luckily enough, Robin Lopez bailed me out and got a layup right there off of the inbound. And Porzingis with another huge block. Not the greatest interior defender, but he does get a lot of key blocks. And now Melo has enough space, shoots the 3, and that gives us an 8-point lead with 2 minutes to go. And we would really not waver from there on out. It would get into 5 here with 1:34 left in the game. But we are going to get Porzingis here on a corner 3, and he can make those 3s from that area. That's going to wrap it up. The New York Knicks did not relent their lead, and they come out of here with a win by the final score of, we'll see in a second, 106-97. We did win the other game against Chicago, and we're actually on a 9-1 in our last 10 games record. So We have been a very hot team lately, and you'll see where our standings are next episode before we get into the playoffs. So thank you everyone for watching. Next time, it'll be the playoffs.